for taking the time. Just wondering what it's been like for you, 3 weeks into your pro career with the Reign.
Yeah, it's been really fun. Off to a really good start. And I think the North Carolina Courage trip was really special for me just to be back there. I had a ton of fans and family, and it was overall just a really fun game. And I think we're really happy with our performances right now, but obviously just want to keep building and getting better as the games progress.
Hearing from Coach Harvey after the first few matches, she's been impressed with your performances, but mentioned, that they want you maybe to slow down your game a little bit here and there. What have you been able to pick up from the first 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think I was able to build momentum off of the first game. Obviously, debut can be sometimes a little bit overwhelming, but just getting the pieces that can make me dangerous, taking more shots in the North Carolina Courage game. And then a goal for me in this next game is to just be more clinical in what I'm doing. Picking out a player in the box and putting away some of those shots is definitely the next step for me. So just continuing to build and build.
Thanks, Charles. Nico, go ahead.
Yeah. How's the overall morale been in the locker room? Like, how's it been like with all the teammates?
Yeah, I think it's been great. It's obviously better when you're winning. But I think it's been overall really great. And I think we have a lot of energy coming into these next games. And with the international break coming up, I think we just kind of want to put a stamp on the beginning of our season. And especially playing at LA, it's a really hard stadium to play in. And so being that we've kind of played away the last two games, just finishing strong, and then we'll get a home stretch coming up.
And because it's first year in the NWSL, two starts already. Like, what's been going on through your head throughout these two games?
Yeah, I think just game by game and also just, doing my job. If I focus more on what they're asking of me, everything else will come. And I think everything just that I do for is for the team. And I think the more that we have a team mentality, the more that individual things will come. And I think for me, I've just been focusing on what the coaches have been telling me and what I need to do for the team. And so that's kind of just been my mentality with each start and each game.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nico. And then we'll go back to Charles.
Yeah. I know obviously like Nico mentioned, there's a lot going on in your first few weeks as a pro. How much have you been able to pick the brain of someone like Olympian Dolo and Anna Maria Srnagorcevic? Like the veteran forwards that this group has is, I'm sure, a nice wealth, on the field and as well as leadership wise. Have you been able to pick their brains at all? And if so, what have you gathered from them so far?
Yeah, well, obviously Lynn's been hurt, so it's been a little bit tougher just because I haven't been on the field with her, but I'm really looking forward to having her back and just really learning from her and playing with her finally. But Jordan Heidema has been great. All of the forwards have been great. Jess has really been awesome too. I've learned a lot from her just being on her side. And I think just overall, I'm listening to them as much as possible. They're such veteran players and I can learn so much. And I think just taking in as much information as possible has been so important in these first couple games, and I'll continue to do so. But the veteran players have been so great with me.
Last one for me, you mentioned you have a North Carolina match a few times. Has it been nice to have a couple other UNC players on the roster with you?
Yeah, it's definitely been amazing to have familiar faces. And I think we also bring that Tar Heel mentality to a lot of things. So it's been definitely awesome to have those two. And it was definitely great to see how much support we had back in North Carolina. It's always so fun to play there, and especially at Wake Med, a lot of history for us. And it's just been great to share those experiences with the both of them.
Thanks, Charles. And then we'll go over to Isaac.
Thank you. Hey, Maddie, my question also kind of has to do with North Carolina. You're going to be going up against Savvy King tomorrow, who is a teammate of yours, both with North Carolina and with the Under 20 World Cup team. What were your experiences as a teammate with her in particular with those two different programs?
Yeah, she's an amazing person and an amazing player. I'm really looking forward to the matchup against her. Just really excited to see her, and I know that coming to this Angel City team was really awesome for her, and she's had a really good start to her season, but it'll be a really good matchup, and there'll be a big hug after the game. So
Great. Thank you.
Thanks, Isaac. And then Steve.
Hi, Maddie. I want to ask, you guys faced Angel City in the preseason and Coachella tournament. You scored a goal in that game. I wonder if you could talk a little bit about what you thought you saw from them in that game and what you're expecting to see facing off against them tomorrow.
yeah, I think that goal came off of pressing, and so I think we're gonna really try to do that in the upcoming game. I think there are opportunities where we can press as a team, and hopefully those opportunities come. And especially because in that last game, we didn't have a ton of our players just because of international duties. So it'll be really cool to have all of our pieces together. And I'm hoping that we get a lot more looks like those in the game.